Welcome back to the channel, guys. In today's video, we will be going over the first half of part 17 of the Master Key System by Charles F. Hannell. And as you guys know, in these videos, I always go over questions and answers. So let's go ahead and review the questions and what we're going to learn in today's video. And towards the end of the video, I will be going over the answers to these questions. So what are we going to learn? What is the true method of concentration? What is the result of this method of concentration? What is the controlling factor in this method of thought? Why is that so? And what is the practical method of this method of concentration? All right, guys, so I'm going to get straight into the introduction of part 17, and then we're going to go straight into part 17 itself. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into it. The greatest events of an age are its best thoughts. It is the nature of thought to find its way into action. Bovey. Introduction to part 17. The kind of deity which a man consciously or unconsciously worships indicates the intellectual status of the worshipper. Ask the Indian of God, and he will describe to you a powerful chieftain of a glorious tribe. Ask the pagan of God, and he will tell you of a god of fire, a god of water, a god of this, that, and the other. Ask the Israelite of God, and he will tell you of the God of Moses, who conceived it expedient to rule by coercive measures, hence the 10 Commandments, or of Joshua, who led the Israelites into battle, confiscated property, murdered the prisoners, and laid waste to cities. The so-called heathen made graven images of their gods, whom they were accustomed to worship, but among the most intelligent, at least, these images were but the visible fulcrums with which they were enabled to mentally concentrate on the qualities which they desired to externalize in their lives. We of the 20th century worship a God of love in theory, but in practice we make for ourselves graven images of wealth, power, fashion, custom, and conventionality. We fall down before them and worship them. We concentrate on them, and they are thereby externalized in our lives. The student who masters the contents of part 17 will not mistake the symbols for the reality. He will be interested in causes rather than effects. He will concentrate on the realities of life, and will then not be disappointed in the results. All right, guys, part 17. We are told that man has dominion over all things. This dominion is established through mind. Thought is the activity which controls every principle beneath it. The highest principle, by reason of its superior essence and qualities, necessarily determines the circumstances, aspects, and relation of everything with which it comes in contact. The vibrations of mental forces are the finest and consequently the most powerful in existence. To those who perceive the nature and transcendency of mental force, all physical power sinks into insignificance. We are accustomed to look upon the universe with the lens of 5 senses, and form these experiences. Our anthropomorphic conceptions originate, but true conceptions are only secured by spiritual insight. This insight requires a quickening of the vibrations of the mind, and is only secured when the mind is continuously concentrated in a given direction. Continuous concentration means an even, unbroken flow of thought, and is the result of patient, persistent, preserving, and well-regulated system. Great discoveries are the result of long-continued investigation. The science of mathematics requires years of concentrated effort to master it, and the greatest science, that of mind, is revealed only through concentrated effort. Concentration is much misunderstood. There seems to be an idea of effort or activity as associated with it, when just the contrary is necessary. The greatness of an actor lies in the fact that he forgets himself in the portrayal of his character, becoming so identified with it that the audience is swayed by the realism of the performance. This will give you a good idea of true concentration. You should be so interested in your thought, so engrossed in your subject, as to be conscious of nothing else. Such concentration leads to intuitive perception and immediate insight into the nature of the object concentrated upon. All knowledge is the result of concentration of this kind. It is thus that the secrets of heaven and earth have been wrested. It is thus that the mind becomes a magnet, and the desire to know draws the knowledge, irresistibly attracts it, makes it your own. Desire is largely subconscious. Conscious desire rarely realizes its object when the latter is out of immediate reach. Subconscious desire arouses the latent faculties of the mind, and difficult problems seem to solve themselves. The subconscious mind may be aroused and brought into action in any direction, and made to serve us for any purpose by concentration. The practice of concentration requires the control of the physical, mental, and physical being. All modes of consciousness, whether physical, mental, or physical, must be under control. Spiritual truth is therefore the controlling factor. It is this which will enable you to grow out of limited attainment and reach a point where you will be able to translate modes of thought into character and consciousness. Concentration does not mean mere thinking of thoughts, but the transmutation of these thoughts into practical values. The average person has no conception of the meaning of concentration. There is always the cry to have, but never the cry to be. They fail to understand that they cannot have one without the other, that they must first find the kingdom before they can have the things at it. Momentary enthusiasm is of no value. It is only with unbounded self-confidence that the goal is reached. The mind may place the ideal a little too high and fall short of the mark. It may attempt to soar on untrained wings and instead of flying, fall to earth. But that is no reason for not making another attempt. Weakness is the only barrier to mental attainment. Attribute your weakness to physical limitations or mental uncertainties and try again. Ease and perfection are gained by repetition. The astronomer centers his mind on the stars, and they give forth their secrets. The geologist centers his mind on the construction of the earth, and we have geology. So with all things, men center their minds on the problems of life, and the result is apparent in the vast and complex social order of the day. All mental discovery and attainment are the result of desire plus concentration. Desire is the strongest mode of action. The more persistent the desire, the more authoritative the revelation. Desire added to concentration will wrench any secret from nature. Alright guys, so that was the first half of part 17. So let's go ahead and get straight into the answers to the question. So what is the true method of concentration? To become so identified with the object of your thought that you are conscious of nothing else. What is the result of this method of concentration? Invisible forces are set in motion which irresistibly bring about conditions in correspondence with your thought. What is the controlling factor in this method of thought? Spiritual truth. Why is this so? Because the nature of our desire must be in harmony with natural law. And last but not least, what is the practical method of this method of concentration? Thought is transmuted into character, and character is the magnet which creates the environment of the individual. Alright guys, that is the end of the video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Go ahead and smash that like button, tap that subscribe button, help us with our current goal of 1,000 subscribers. And if you have any question or like to discuss anything I just read or anything on my channel, go ahead and email me directly at info@tycoontalk.xyz, or you can leave a comment in the comment section below. You can also leave a comment in the comment section below for any topics you'd like me to cover or go more in depth about. And also go ahead and check out the other videos on my channel where I talk about how to make money with cryptocurrency, how to fix your credit, the financial markets, and a whole bunch of other cool information that you can't necessarily find easily on the internet. So go ahead, scroll on over to my channel, go to the playlist section, and you'll be able to find those three playlists organized nice and neat there for you guys. So once again, I want to thank you guys again, and may infinite abundance flow to you now and forever, my friends. I will see you again tomorrow. Peace.